Welcome everybody to the Pirate Skills Meetup, this time about boosting your online shop with email funnels. This might be one of the most fun games you can play in e-commerce. Let me go right into a concrete example. This is on real numbers and the screenshot is from a real Facebook account. Here we want to play this fun game of first generating emails and then offering something to buy in your online store. What if I could tell you that 670,000 impressions, 12,000 people on your website, more than 3,000 subscribers to your email list generate 112 purchases with a return of advertising spend of 2.5. So you put €1 in, you get 2.5 out. And this is only what Facebook actually tracked. You can verify the numbers and the ad spends with the screenshot below. It's absolutely nuts what you can do with your e-commerce store once you get this game rolling. Why am I so excited about it? You didn't just get 112 customers by spending $2,800. No. You got 112 customers plus 3,000 subscribers who have not bought yet. You have time, weeks and months to close them. And this has this amazing effect that you build up an audience and an email list while actually making sales. This makes you so hard to kill in the end. And this is why I think that in the segment of funnel building, this email lead first strategy is one of the most important ones. This is for you if your direct sales don't work already as good as you want them to do. If your direct sales work, let's say you have a product on your Shopify store, it costs $40 and people buy them, you acquire them for €10. Good for you. Yeah, just keep on doing that. That is not the reality in 90% of all e-commerce cases, and it's not the reality as soon as a competitor enters your market and plays on the same traffic channels. This is the time when you need to start building funnels, but be grateful for the awesome times where direct sales just simply work. It is also important if you feel that your product needs some trust building first. If you can't just send them to the sales page and people will immediately understand it, get it, buy it, in that case, funnels are the way to go. Because you have time to explain, you have emails, you have landing pages that give your people context and start the trust building process until they reach the level that they say, your solution is just what I was looking for. Also, if you already have funnels up and running and you want even lower cost per acquisitions or higher customer lifetime values, this is for you. Yeah, if that's not interesting for you, have a nice evening. In the context of the whole growth cycle that we are in right now, I want to give you just a little bit of context of what we did so far. The first meetup in this e-commerce series was here, the roadmap. And this is where I explained that there are 15 strategies that I believe right now are most important for doubling your e-commerce profits. The first 3 of those strategies were right in the context of content marketing and storytelling. So if you're very interested in that part on how to present your products more enticingly to your audience, go back, watch those videos. And this time we're going to talk about funnel building, about generating leads and then making e-commerce sales. Very important distinction. If you want to go back and see all of the future videos in the series, go to YouTube, sign up, subscribe, and you'll get notifications when we upload our newest videos. So this game, let me just reiterate how fun this is. Even if you're not making a positive return of investment here, This is a strategy that is a long-term play that also has short-term benefits. That is very rare that you have a strategy that actually has those two features. Usually you have to decide, do I want less profit now, but I get people to actually buy my stuff now, or do I want to build trust, but then I get more money later? With this lead strategy, I have found more often than not that you get both. And why is that so? You give people an opportunity to get to know you, and that means a lot less people just bounce away because they say like, who's this guy? What is this product? Why should I even buy that? The commitment to buy the first time you see a product on a landing page is very low. But if you offer something of value to the people first, like a PDF version of your product or a guide that goes along with your product or something complementary that you can give away, or even just something as simple as a coupon code with a discount, the bounce rate of the thousands of people that you send to your landing page is going to be much, much, much lower than in the direct sales situation. That means you have a higher opportunity to get people into your funnel and to make more sales at the same time. You maybe have to wait a week until the sale happens. It doesn't happen like immediately, but that is still a very, very short time if you compare it to any kind of B2B businesses that we are in. So if you want to play this game, keep on watching. I'll introduce you to the 3 strategies in the growth cycle part of funnel building that we're in right now. So we talked now about boosting your online shop with funnels and why this is important. And in the next part of the series, we're going to talk about generating leads before the sales. How does this process actually work? What should you give away? Keep an eye out for that one. So, oh, that was a drinking indicator. You have to take a shot. We all agreed, as far as I know, that you have to drink a shot whenever I say the word SO. If you're still around here and you want to ask some questions, you can do this at slido.com. Yeah, let's take a look on how it's looking right now. So we have 4 questions here with an upvote. Oh, 5 questions that you can add your own questions to. Just go to slido.com, enter the code R, and you will see this list. You can upvote the questions that are already in here. So we're going to answer the questions with the most votes first. And you can add your own questions here as well. We'd love to see more questions. All right, let's switch back. So the strategy number 4 in our W e-commerce profit series is lead generation before direct sales. What does it mean? And where are the other strategies already? So the past ones you can find on YouTube, and the future ones are going to be uploaded really soon. Lead generation usually means collecting a way to stay in touch with your customer. That in e-commerce is in 99% of cases email addresses. Yes, everybody is selling us chatbots right now, but so far I have seen a few rare cases where it works better than email, but in general, email is still the e-commerce conversion king. But what do you need to do in order to get that email? I visualize it like this. You have your customer over here, that's this guy. And he is not satisfied with his current situation. He wants to become this awesome pirate guy over here, and you need to help him to get there. And your product is serving in this transformation process. You're selling something that people buy in order to get a result, to get a feeling, to get somewhere else from where they currently are. But there is stuff in the way. This stuff that's in the way can be, wait, let me go back, can be in the cases of pirate skills, and what you guys are at the moment most probably interested in is stuff like, I don't have a website, or my website is not converting high enough, or yes, I have a website, but I don't have enough traffic on that website, which is super annoying. You might have traffic, but the traffic just bounces because you don't have a funnel. Or you have a funnel, but it does not yet make enough revenue. You see that in order to grow from this worm to this pirate, you have to fix a couple of problems. And that's true for your audience as well, no matter how bland and simple your product is. And what you can do, let's say you are focusing, as we do right now, on this section of this customer journey, then all of the problems that come before are extremely likely places for lead magnets. Let's say the funnel thing is a problem. If I talk to you about landing page tools and how to build faster landing pages more easily, then it's very likely that you are going to be interested. And if I can give that away for free, for example, or cheaper than the big product, then this is an extremely interesting lead magnet, because people who are interested in building landing pages will pretty soon get to know the topic of funnel building. What else could be interesting here? If I talk to you about email marketing and effective converting email sequences, this is also very interesting for people who later want to build funnels. So solving the problems that people have before your actual product in their transformational journey. This is the main framework that I use to think through this process. And I want to give you some concrete examples. Yeah, we picked up some examples last time also from Body IP, from Klarheit, from John Len. And this is one from Body IP. Here you can see, as a bit of context, Body IP sells fitness supplements, fitness tools, soon going to sell fitness training apps, stuff like that. And this is a training plan as a PDF done by Simon, the main guy that is associated with the brand, who has a big YouTube channel. And all we want is the email address and their consent. Yeah, here they put the email address in, check the box, hit the free login button. And then they get an email sequence with the PDF at the beginning. Yeah, and they go to a thank you page. Everything is nicely tracked. If you want to check this out, the URL is below. So why is this working? As I said before, you have a product, in this case, fitness supplements like whey proteins. You want people to buy whey proteins. For people to want to buy whey proteins, they need to be actively training. What do they need to be in active training mode? They need a training plan that they trust. And if you give them the training plan for free, other people sell those training plans. Yeah, fitness trainers do that for a living. But you can give it away for free because you have something in the back end called supplements that allows you to do this for free, validate that this is a person who's interested in fitness, and they are much more likely to buy your product because they already trusted you because of your awesome training plan. And you can put thousands of euros onto this landing page instead of your online shop, and first collect people to the email address list, send them emails, and then watch over time how the sales are rolling in. You can see where they are coming from if you do your tracking right. That's the topic of the next meetup, by the way. Another example. Let's say you don't know, I don't know what kind of a training plan or PDF I'm supposed to do. You can always do a simple discount. This is a wonderful example here from John Len. They sell mostly sustainable beauty products, and they created this box with a discount, and you can only get the discount if you give them the email address. Yeah, and you have several options here. You can choose between the small, the medium, the large pack. And you get an email marketing sequence, and you get your code, of course, but you also, if you consented to it, get more offers. And this is also a great way, a very simple way, because coupon codes are highly associated with actual purchase behavior. Training plans are not immediately associated with buying supplements. It's not necessary, but coupons are 100% associated with e-commerce. Only disadvantage is that you have to factor that coupon code into your cost per acquisition, because you lose some of your revenue. So I think those are two very simple examples that are working like a charm, both. The framework I'm using in this part is to have something for every stage of your customer. You have this nice model called TOFU, MOFU, BOFU, top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel. And top of the funnel customers or audiences are people who are not yet fully aware. Let's stick with the training plan and with the supplements. People who are not fully aware that supplements are something that can help them in the transformation process to becoming more fit. Let's say they get the training plan, they say, yeah, I'm interested in that, then they become email subscribers, and now they are MOFUs. They are now in your email list, they have not bought yet. Now you can explain to them, use this training plan, do your exercises, but also add to this these nutritional recommendations, including some supplements. Then they are now looking for solution. Oh, what kind of supplements are the right ones? And then you can offer them, now they're BOFUs, and you can now offer them your supplements because you know the customer, you know what they are interested in, what kind of training plan they signed up for, and you can make very customized recommendations there. And that is not a guarantee that they buy from you, but it makes it much more likely that they buy from you because they have taken this path of deeper and deeper commitment by, first of all, showing interest by landing on your landing page, then giving you their contact data, then opening and receiving emails, and then at some point buying. And the journey doesn't end there. Just because somebody bought once, especially in the supplement industry, it's like buying milk. Why would you just buy milk once? You buy milk every week probably if you're somebody who's drinking milk. So that's another drinking indicator. That way, better than so, that you will have a continuous stream of revenue from a solid and loyal base of customers. But if you have just sold them your product once and you have no way to stay in touch with them because you didn't ask for the email first, they might pick up another supplement next time because they saw something cheaper on Amazon. And that's where they're spending their time. That's where their mindset, when their mindset is bent on buying. It's not when you are not sending emails. So that is another drinking indicator. I'll have to explain that joke on every video. Dang it, better stop. So let me just share some lead generation tools. And that helped me to get this process going on faster and where I see people struggle the most. First of all, you need a landing page tool. You need some place where you can set up simple website and it can't be a hustle. If it takes you longer than a day to set up a landing page, it's way too slow. My own choice is WordPress. I used to do a lot of Instapage. I've great experience with Insta pages. I just prefer to have my main site and my landing pages on the very same domain because I want to use them for SEO purposes as well. But there are so many different landing page tools like Wix, Squarespace, Strikingly. Take a look and you'll be impressed. The only thing that I don't want you to do is to custom code or to have an agency build your landing pages for you. Maybe if they build the first template, so you got an awesomely designed fast landing page and then you make copies and adjust, that's totally reasonable, but you need to be able to do it yourself. Then you need to offer something of value like a downloadable. What's a downloadable? Something like a PDF. We use Google Slides, Keynote, or Canva for that. Why these tools? Slides are an incredibly flexible tool for non-designers where if you give people a good template in their PowerPoint or Keynote, they are very quickly able to change the text and the images on there without messing up the whole design. You can make them pixel perfect, and Canva is a tool that is explicitly made for that. It's very cheap. Google Slides and Keynote are mostly for free. Then you need to send those email addresses that you capture to a tool, like an email automation tool. My favorites here are MailChimp if you need it cheap. And if you're just starting off, Klaviyo is, at least from what I've seen, one of the most advanced email tools in the e-commerce world. And if you are looking for something from the EU and you're privacy focused, then check out Sendinblue from France. Not bad, but not as capable in terms of e-commerce. Then you might want to do something more engaging than a PDF download, like a survey, a quiz, and there are tools for that as well. Typeform is my personal favorite, but tools like Outgrow and Dreamify are helping you to not just build surveys, but calculators, personality tests, quizzes that have scores and can help you to do personalization based on the scores that people got. And that is fascinating what is happening down there in that tool region. Start with the first parts, with the first 3 recommendations, and then try some of the engagement ones later. Cool. I've linked all of those tools, and I linked the landing page examples. If you want to download the slides, go to getpirateskills.com/email funnels, and you can get free access to not only this slide deck, but all the past ones. And you can see nicely cut videos that will help you to get your e-commerce store up and running even faster than now. If you enjoyed this, I would really appreciate it if you would sub to the YouTube channel. If you are not already there and you're watching the live stream, YouTube is really the best experience. If you are here already on YouTube, then thank you very much for watching it here, and leave a comment and a like. That would be absolutely amazing. All right, so we talked about boosting your shop with emails, and we talked about the first strategy, the lead generation before sales strategy. The fifth strategy in our series is going to be number 3 on this agenda, nurturing leads with automation. Because only having email addresses doesn't make the sale yet. You now need to think about following it up in an effective way. That's in the next part. Cool. Let's check out the question section. If you go to slido.com and enter the code R, then you can see that we are having questions, or we get a new one, like a foolproof strategy to generate more traffic on landing pages. That's a good question. We will get to that. And please add your own questions to this, like what is the max cost per lead? Oh yeah, here's a new question coming in. What about the body of emails? It says text heavy versus image. It seems that funnel emails are more and more text heavy. Let's look at that. Thank you for the question. We will definitely put them up at the end in the Q&A section. All right. The fifth strategy in our e-commerce Double Your Profit series is nurturing leads with automations. Let's look into that. So what are leads and what are automations? Leads are usually considered people in an email marketing tool. Here in this example, we have a couple of leads waiting in our MailChimp account on different MailChimp lists and audiences. And MailChimp enables me to now design beautiful emails with a nice templating system. And this is not a trivial point. There are people who are like HTML coding their emails, and this just doesn't work anymore. And it works, but it's not fast enough. You need something that is more responsive. And MailChimp is doing an excellent job here. And then You put those people into an email marketing automation, which is a series of emails that are fired based on behavior or just simply some time slots. Let's say you sign up for a lead magnet, like a coupon code. You want to receive that coupon code immediately through the email, but then maybe a week later you follow up and tell them, hey, how did you like the product? I saw you used your code. I saw you didn't use your code. And you can branch those emails out. And the strategy that I usually go for is from Gary Vaynerchuk, or the jab, 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 right hook, or as we say in the pirate community, give, 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 ask. In B2C with e-commerce client, you never want to stop this process of giving value, building trust, and occasionally throwing in a hook, which is a hard sell of your product. And you have to keep a balance here. I call it like my social credit account that I have with a customer. Each and every customer that I have has a social credit account. If I give value, my credit rises. If I ask them to do something for me, even if it's subscribing to YouTube like you should, or buying something from me, I will have to withdraw something from my social credit account. And if I have not yet built up enough credit by providing value, I can go into the negative and people will start disliking me. This is the image of a spammer, somebody who is just selling stuff but never giving anything. This is why online marketing has such a bad reputation. And if you do not want a bad reputation, just keep this analogy of the social credit account in mind. And this answers the question like, how fast should I be sending email? Should I be sending email daily, or should I just be sending weekly? Check your social credit account. It is something abstract, not something that you could actually look at. But if you put yourself into the shoes of your customers and if you ask them, how did this feel? Did you feel that I provided value, or did it feel like I took something away from you? This is, for example, one of the reasons why I never charged for the meetups and the live streams like this. If I would be charging a €5 fee, for example, to watch these trainings every other week, which would be absolutely reasonable, then you guys would have the feeling that you are giving something for what you're getting, and that this is an equal exchange of values. But obviously it's not. If you think about it, if you're not in this situation right now, this knowledge can make you thousands and thousands of euros. No guarantees, but it's what I've been doing and watching being done the past 12 years. But as soon as I want something back, there is this equilibrium that enters. But what I want to gain with you guys is trust and build up the social credit account. And I want to enable you to become successful entrepreneurs so that at some point in time where you need more help, you will think about pirate skills. Same for you. So when should you send those emails? Now you're doing the give, 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 ask strategy, keeping your social balance account nice and high with your customers. But today, email tools are absolutely amazing in their capabilities. You can simply put somebody on an email list and wait for 3 hours and then send something. But you can also do smarter stuff, like you know that somebody is on your email list, they go to your website, they enter something into their shopping cart, start the checkout, but don't finish. You can now send them that shopping cart into the email list and say, hey dude, you forgot something. It's absolutely fascinating what works. You can even then make a decision, wait a couple of hours, see if the person bought something, yes, for more or less than €100. And depending on the result, they are going to get different carts, and different upsells. This is an example from Klaviyo, if you want to check them out. At the moment, it feels like if you can afford the tool, it's more expensive than MailChimp, but not completely out of hand, then this is the go-to thing for e-commerce email at the moment. We're gonna talk about tools like Klaviyo and how to implement it much more in this whole YouTube channel thing. So head over there and sub if you haven't already. If you did, thank you very much already. So that is nurturing leads with automations. But what do you do once you have nurtured them so far that they bought your product? You don't stop there. You keep on building trust. That's the next part of this series. Right, we already got 9 questions in here. Guys, that is awesome. Thank you. You're gonna have a very fun Q&A. If you haven't seen this already, you can go to slido.com, enter the code R, and you can ask your own questions and you can vote on the questions that you see here already. Great, great, great stuff. Last part. The strategy number 6 in our Double Your E-commerce Profit series is after sales email sequences. Why would you stop sending emails to somebody who has already bought your product, who has bought one of your products? Or why would you send the same emails to the people who have not bought your product as to the people who are already familiar with your product line? If you think about it, it's crazy, but so many people don't do it. And this is one of the simplest way to increase the number of reviews, the number of referrals, the customer lifetime value. That's the simplest way you can increase all of those factors in your e-commerce store, like in 2 days, by implementing what I'm going to talk about now. What are after sales sequences? Again, let's look at an example from Klaviyo here. Here we have a trigger that is split. Did a person make a purchase higher or lower than 100 euro? Depending on that, they get an email. They get a thank you email. Maybe the plus 100 euro gets a thank you email plus a coupon code for future purchases. Because if people exceed your expected average shopping cart size, you can easily afford to give them something extra, or to give them and a friend of them something extra, because they already pretty much paid for it and you can take it away from that margin. So being able to differentiate high value, low value customers is absolutely fascinating to me, that this is even possible. And then you can keep on sending emails after that. But what kind of emails should you be sending? That's the question here in this part. These are the main emails that I'm sending after every single sale. For example, a thank you for purchasing this email. I'm going to read to you my favorite email I've ever seen from CD Baby. You might be familiar with it. Then shipping updates until delivery. For e-commerce businesses, we know that the most annoying question that we hear like 50 times a day is, where is my package? Having a great experience with shipping updates is absolutely nerve saving, because people can help themselves. It also is a very good habit to do, and it's good service, and it's easy to implement these days because all of those services have become much more sophisticated. I can see every step when my watch gets sent from China to their place at customs in China, then in Germany, and every step the delivery man takes before they end up here at Startplatz in Cologne, Germany. It's wild. The third one is helping people to get to know your product. Let's say they buy something from you, like a beauty product from John Lenn or Klarheit, the coaching calendar. How can you help them to use your product the way it's meant to be used? That gives people a better product experience, which increases the probability for 5-star reviews and for recommendations to their friends. Then you can ask people for feedback and reviews. In e-commerce, we know that, for example, on Amazon, the number and quality of reviews that you get highly correlate with your ratings and your seller rank and the probability that Amazon is going to show your product for a given search. Then you can also use the feedback to improve your product and to make that customer experience better and better and better over time. And very important, you can ask people for referrals. This is another example I'm going to show you, and a tool for managing that. And in case of body IP, if you buy a pack of whey protein, it's going to be used. For example, after 30 days, you've used your package, you maybe in your family member shared it, and it's empty, and it's known how fast it takes for an average customer to consume your product. And you can also observe how often they repurchase, and then you can find the perfect timing to send those reminder emails. So these are classics for me in the after email sequences. So let's look at some really fun examples here. So CD Baby, you guys, you have to read it. It's by one of my favorite human beings, Derek Sivers. If you go to sivers.org or to this domain, I think it is my favorite blog in the world. And he launched a CD sending service for musicians. Musicians had this problem that they had all of those gatekeepers. So if you want to get your CD into a store, you had to go to these publishers, and he was annoyed by this whole process. He was an artist himself, so he founded CD Baby, and it was a mailing service for music, essentially. And they are sending out this amazing thank you email after you purchase something. Let me read it to you. It's so fantastic. A team of 50 employees inspected your CD and polished it to make sure it was the best possible condition before mailing. Our packing specialist from Japan lit a candle and a hush fell over the crowd as he put your CD into the finest gold-lined box that money can buy. We all had a wonderful celebration afterwards, and the whole party marched down the street to the post office where the entire town of Portland waved Bon voyage to your package, and it's on the way to you in our private CD Baby jet on this day, Friday, June the 6th. I hope you had a wonderful time shopping at CD Baby. We sure did. Your picture is in our wall as customer of the year. We are all exhausted but can't wait for you to come back to cdbaby.com. Mind blown. This thank you email went viral because he was the first one who did it in such a creative and wonderful way. Just take this as an inspiration that all of those after sales emails do not need to be boring. They can be your ambassadors for repurchasing and referrals. Another fun thing to do is to ask for referrals. Of course, you have to wait a little bit and probably wait for the review. But this is an example from YouFoodz where they offer you coupon codes based on the number of referrals that you send. That is smart because they are thinking not about just a single referral, but multiple referrals. And this makes sense because every customer that another customer brings in completely eliminates the cost per acquisition, for example, in ads or human time, that would usually be required because it's a referral and you can afford to give away something extra. The thing that is quite hard is actually tracking referrals and making it easy for the customer and enticing to do. A tool that I have found that gives me a great experience doing that is Kickoff Labs with the example of a Shopify store. But there are tools for almost all kinds of shops that help you with this referral tracking. Let's look at this example of rewarding your referral. This is a Kickoff Labs landing page where it promises you to join the reward program and earn reward points for every dollar that you spend with your friend. You just have to enter your email address They don't even need to be customer. Now they get a unique tracking code that is hidden here in that email and behind those share buttons. And whenever a person clicks that link with that referral code, goes to a shop and buys something, then this person who referred them earns points. And you can convert those points later in your shop, depending on the rules that you want to set. Maybe 1 point is worth €1 or €3 or 10 cents. Doesn't matter. Or maybe they can just save up for special products and you don't give a discount on that. But Kickoff Labs manages this process of referral tracking, avoids a lot of fraud that can be done here. But just go to Kickoff Labs and check out all of their examples on how they do viral marketing campaigns. And in e-commerce, because it's B2C, and in case you have something at least decently sexy to sell, which you should, because you listen to the first part of this series where we talked about storytelling in your product, then a referral engine is pretty much a no-cost strategy to increase your customer lifetime value and lower your cost per acquisition. All right, if that sounded exciting to you, you want to hear more of this growth marketing juju, then on YouTube, hit the sub button and like and watch some of the videos that we have up there. We now upload it since 11 months, multiple times per week. You will find a broad library of stuff to watch. All right, those are the main strategies in this segment. Generating leads before sales, nurturing those leads, and once they have converted, to send them after email sales. I believe those 3 strategies, along with what you already heard in the content and storytelling section, are absolutely, they're like almost guaranteed to increase your customer lifetime value and lower your cost per acquisition. Of course, I can't promise you that they will work for you, but I've seen them work so many times, so please give them a chance. And most importantly, contact me and tell me about your results. That would be absolutely fascinating. All right, we are ready for the email funnel Q&A section. We start with feedback. Feedback is on slido.com. Let's start the poll. And you can go to slido.com and go to enter the code R, and you will end up on this poll. And I would really appreciate open and honest that you just say, like, how helpful was it? A 10 would be that you highly recommend this to other friends and colleagues, and a 1 would be like, nah, never gonna show up. So that really helps us to build more content for you that you like and see what you don't like. I'll keep this up and running, but I now head over to the question section. Yeah, I'll show the screen so you have some honest transparency in a couple of minutes. So let's look at them questions. Yeah, here we have the active poll, and I have to go to the audience Q&A. Sorry, I have to finish the poll first. Thank you for voting. We have an 8.9 so far, and now let's go back into the questions. 9.8. Let me stop this and enter the question mode. All right, here we are in the Q&A section for online shops and email funnel and how that helps. The most upvoted question for today is this one. What are foolproof strategies to generate more traffic on the landing page? If you have something of value to offer, the channels that work best for me are Facebook and Instagram. I believe the reason why is that you very clearly can show them what you're offering. You can do images and videos and tell them what they are getting. It's very hard to do that in a search ad. It's also reasonably doable in a YouTube ad. It's easy on Pinterest. It is possible on LinkedIn, but you need a very high customer lifetime value to make that viable. So Facebook, Instagram are my favorite paid strategies. Then foolproof strategies that are organic and non-paid. If you have an email list of people who have not yet bought your product, you might want to use those value-driven landing pages as an extra value, increase your social credit account. That makes it again more likely that they purchase later. Another way is if you have something that is also of value to somebody else's community. Let's say the training plan, that we saw from Buddy IP. What if the network of fitness trainers that they work with and athletes are going to share it because it's a great training plan? That would be another way to do that. Okay, that tackles that question. Christina, I think you need to check off the questions because I can't. I don't have this magic mode active. So the second question is, would you consider postcards as a legit element of an e-commerce funnel? Okay, Lars. Thank you for the question. Let me think about it. In my mind, there is only one currency that we are trading, and that is attention. And however you get that attention is gonna cost you something. It could be a Facebook ad, it could be telling it to your family, it could be a postcard, it could be a poster on a wall somewhere or some flyers. It doesn't matter, as long as the attention that you are able to convert to a purchase has a trackable cost per acquisition. And then it really doesn't matter. And I think postcards can be a viable element right now because it's a way to stand out. Everything in our startup world, not in the world overall, big corporates haven't figured it out, but is moving to online marketing, and now doing something offline is a standout feature. So I like the postcard idea. It is legit and it's easily testable. Invest like 500 euros in postcards and use a unique link on it or a scannable QR code, ideally both, and track your results. Very easily done, and then you'll know. And please share the results once you did it. That's that question. Then Lars asked another one. Taking cross-device and abandonment cart campaigns into consideration. How important do you rate a customer account and how much force it versus guest order? Let me ask the last one first. I very much prefer the Today Explained lead generation funnel where you go for email first and selling later. That usually voids the forced customer account. I'm not a fan of forcing people to create customer account. It's an additional friction point in the checkout, and I hate friction in my checkout process. But if you think about it, what is the main thing that is causing friction? For example, the password requirement. If you force them to have an account, you usually force them to create a password. There is actually no technical reason to enforce that. It's completely nuts. Slack, for example, the chat tool like Discord, they don't do that anymore. They send you magic email links that either log you in directly or that help you to create a password if you need to. Passwords are going to be a relic of our time, and maybe we can find a store plugin that solves that problem for you. So in short, do those abandonment cart emails, but have the email before they even start the shopping journey. Okay, that's that question. What about the body of emails? Says text versus image. It seems that funnel emails are more and more text heavy and people avoid images. The reason for that are usually spam flags. Most email tools now give you some kind of warning that your email has content that is more likely to be flagged as spam than other things. The factor that has the biggest impact, that I believe has the biggest impact on whether you're being recognized as spam, is your open rates, the bounce rates, the number of unsubscribes per email sent. If you are decent about your sign-up process, do some double opt-in, so you already have that immediate response there. And you send emails that are driven off value, and you have trained your audience that when you send an email, it's awesome. Then you have less spam flags, and you can be more free in your creative endeavors. I personally would say images are anyways overrated. I would prefer using colors and like CSS styling to do a nice layout, but avoid a bit of images. Yeah, that's probably right, but still stay with the beautiful design stuff. I'm not into the whole pure text email thing. Not in e-commerce. In other places, like for example in B2B lead generation, I'm way more open to sending text-only emails. Hope that answers your question. Okay, next one. What to do if the funnel is unprofitable? Let's look at the base situation that we had. We have a product, we tried direct sales, we sent 1,000 euros, and we only made 1,000 euro back in margin, and that's not fun. Now we think we do a funnel and everything becomes wonderful and easy. That is not a given. That is not natural. You have to work on that funnel and you have to analyze, which is the main topic of the next meetup. What works and what does not work. So analyzing your audience segments that are profitable, analyzing the landing pages and lead magnets that work for you, analyzing which email sequence steps have a high open and click rate. These are the things you need to do in order to increase the probability to get a profitable funnel there. There is no guarantee, but it increases the probability that you'll get there. Once you get there and you can get the numbers that I showed you in the beginning, dang, so worthwhile to just keep on working on that challenge. Next question. What is the max cost per lead email that you would tolerate? All right, I can tell you that in B2C, it has pretty much always been possible to get emails to lead magnets below 2 euros. That might not be the number that you start at, but if you can't reach 2 euro cost per email after, let's say, 1,000 euro in ad spend, that's an indicator that you need to work on the ads, the landing page, and on the sign-up process. So 2 euro is the max. But what I'm shooting for is sub 1 euro emails. Because you have to think about your unit economics. Let's say you have an average shopping cart size of 50 euros. You can afford to spend 10 euros. That means out of 10 emails for 1 euro, you have to make one sale. Yeah, that is already a pretty high percentage of your email list that you need to convert. Of course, you have much more time to convert people, you have months, but you might not have the cash flow to finance that. Okay, which email tool would you recommend for online shops? I mentioned MailChimp. I think this is maybe for B2C e-commerce, the baseline choice. Then there is Klaviyo as, at the moment, in my opinion, the best e-commerce email tool. Bit more expensive, but much more powerful because it shows you which segment of your email list has how much revenue, what probability to convert. It's very powerful. And it answers one of the most difficult questions. What is my return of advertising spend depending on the lead magnet? And if you want to have something more privacy focused, it would be Sendinblue. Okay, next question. Which traffic channels work best with this funnel strategy? I think I answered that question, but to make it short, Facebook, Instagram. Last one. Do you have an opinion on Mautic? Let me check them out. I heard about them, but I don't remember. Open source. Yeah. Now I remember what this is. I checked them out for a client, but I have not used them in an e-commerce context. Personally, I wonder why you want to use it if you are in this whole open source mindset thing, which most e-commerce people are actually not. Or if you have an extremely large email list, I would understand it because you are in control of the cost of sending emails. But I would not cheap out on your email tool. Not that I'm saying that you are, but it is most of the time it's extremely worth it to invest in solid infrastructure for your email tool. But I do not have personal experience with Mautic. Yeah, maybe if somebody here in the community has and you connect with each other on the Discord, that would be really helpful. So just mention it in the Discord, in the welcome channel. Let me show you how that looks. Here we are in the Discord. And if you just mention it, does anybody know Mautic? Then we can talk about it. That would be great. Cool. So let me tell you about the upcoming meetup. We have on November 18th, Analyzing Your Way to E-Commerce Profits. Here we are going to look at the analytics tool like Google, Facebook, Pinterest, tracking that you need in order to find out which campaigns, which kind of content pieces, which product actually have a positive return of advertising spend for you. Why is it so important? Because you need to be confident once you start scaling up your ad spend. If you are not confident that your ad spend is correlating with higher profits, you are probably just wasting your money. We don't want to play that game in e-commerce. So analyzing has become paramount. I hope you join us there. You can get a free ticket at get.pirateskills.com/analyze. Cool. If you want to go even deeper, we have a workshop series where we teach you the 6 core skills of growth marketing. If that sounds cool to you, go to growth.pirateskills.com or just check out the stuff that we have on our YouTube channel first and then go back and check if the workshops are something for you. If you are over on YouTube, please leave a sub and a like. That would be really awesome. Thank you very much if you already did. That's it for tonight. That's the whole Q&A. We did boosting your online shop with email funnels. Dang, and it's 2000. It's the first time that we actually hit the 1 hour live stream mark that we always wanted to try, but it tends to become longer and longer. So have a fun evening and I see you the next time. Bye bye.